You were basically calling me an Uncle Tom.
No,
but in the nicest way possible.
I think all me and Hassan said was.
I mean, he's a troll. Like, him like trying to get serious about this is like pretty funny, but like, dude.
But I like that people don't allow me to speak for myself. He's like, bro, I went and met the leader of the. Okay, he's actually a really good guy, you guys.
Do you think that like just random people are gonna be like, oh, I'm
There's
right.
a black man. Pull out the lynch. They're left to say whatever they want, kind of unchecked. On one hand, call me a liberal racist for criticizing your preparedness to have that conversation while doing a salute in front of a building.
Oh no!
Hey! I like this new fork dance.
This is horrible.
Fortnite dance. What do you call this? Hey!
Oh my god.
Heil Tomato Town.
So shut the up, dude. Don't accuse me of some bull racism.
Yeah, that's right. Don't go accusing Ethan Klein of racism just because he used the same hateful salute he accused JiDion of using hatefully as a joke for like 20 seconds on his podcast. For whatever reason, Ethan Klein is allowed to use irony whenever he pleases, but as long as he doesn't understand it, nobody else can. In today's video, we are going to be talking about Ethan's rampant use of liberal elitism. Not racism, liberal elitism. It goes far beyond just race. It goes to the point of thinking that he's just better than everybody.
I apologize.
I appreciate that, Ethan. Thank you.
What do I apologize for?
What?
Yeah, I apologize.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
What am I apologizing for again? Something about being patronizing, or something about being condescending, or something about forgetting what I'm apologizing for. It's not like this has ever happened in the past. It's not like I treated Trisha Paytas in the exact same way.
Why should anybody ever confide in you?
And by the way, this apology to JiDion is like really bad. I've seen better apologies from the Fine Bros.
First and foremost, we're sorry for confusing people by using terminology like
There's a black man. Pull out the lynch.
You were basically calling me an Uncle Tom.
No,
but in the nicest way possible.
I think all me and Hassan said was that you just were a little ill-equipped to handle that delicate of a conversation. That's it.
I don't know. I think I remember Ethan saying some things that went far beyond just saying JiDion wasn't well equipped.
He's like, bro, I went and met the leader of the. He's actually a really good guy, you guys.
The amount of contradictions and backpedaling here is pretty impressive. I would bet that this is a large part of what upset JiDion so much. It's like Ethan doesn't think JiDion is even socially mature enough for Ethan to be honest with him.
Well, first I'll say I think we all see that the video had good intentions.
It's clear when Ethan sugarcoats something. It's clear when he apologizes for something he doesn't think he has to apologize for. It's extraordinarily condescending and patronizing. Which brings us to the point of liberal elitism and liberal racism. Ethan tries to tell JiDion that he wasn't prepared enough.
I understand what you were trying to do, and it was.
So do you feel like I came in there like unequipped and, you know, I wasn't prepared really, and I just kind of gave him a platform? Like, if that's your opinion, that's your opinion, but is that what you think? I came in there unequipped?
I think that you are, yeah, a little bit, yeah, for sure.
Okay.
That he should have taken some different approach, although he doesn't really know what that approach even is.
But would I still be unprepared?
I don't know. I don't know what kind of prep. I don't know. I mean, look, you're a young man.
And it's funny that Ethan is giving all of this advice and wisdom here, because he doesn't even know that hate black people.
I'm just joking around, not joking around about the situation, but more
I
of
don't
the
know
fact
that Nazis really
making
even
fun of
hated
them.
black people that much. I think they did. Oh.
If you're going to try to call somebody a hate group sympathizer, or that he's giving a hate group some kind of platform, you might want to actually know where that hatred is being directed to first. You like learn something before you speak. In this next clip, we see Ethan's inability to admit wrongdoing or take responsibility for his own actions and words.
You gave an opinion on me being unequipped for it, like you said.
Let me ask you this. Is it possible for a black person to not be equipped for that conversation? Or are they all just perfectly equipped by the nature of being a black American.
It's not the fact about me being equipped or not. It's the fact of me wanting to have the conversation.
So am I not allowed to point that out without being a racist?
Well, yes, Ethan, you can make that point without coming off as racist. However, you can't really tack on that last part and hold racism and race over JiDion's head and expect people to think that you're a good person.
It's not the fact about me being equipped or not. It's the fact of me wanting to have the conversation.
So am I not allowed to point that out without being a racist?
Interrupting somebody who is making a valid point just so you can victimize yourself is not the way proper discourse and debate works.
They hear something they don't like and they just shut off their brains and don't listen.
And actually, I'll say, I don't think you did anything really wrong. I think you're a good guy, and I think you're funny. I could probably sue you for defamation if I was a petty lobe.
Yeah, JiDion, I think you're a great guy, you're really funny, you got your whole future ahead of you, and don't forget that I can sue you. It's this dishonest whiplash of opinions that would only stem from the same kind of ignorance that racism comes from.
That all being said, I think the video is overall good, and I don't...
The video's overall good? What about all the other stuff you just said? So man, Ethan does this thing where he is talking out of both sides of his mouth. You can't follow anything he's saying because he's so desperate to be liked that he'll say whatever it takes to be liked, especially if he's like talking directly to the person.
It's pretty hilarious how Ethan is desperately trying to defend himself from the label of racism here, while constantly dishing out ageist remarks left and right.
You're young, you don't know what you're doing. Being able to, like, connect with people on a deep, empathetic level that you get from age, frankly.
Oh yeah, all that empathy and maturity that Ethan has garnered over the years. That's probably why he finds addressing his physical health as a father to be a complete joke, because that just screams maturity and good parenting.
There's so many better things to do than exercise. We have finite time on this earth. And like, this is what I'm saying. The exercise is such a conspiracy. They go, let's say you spend an hour on a treadmill every day.
Money, Ethan.
So a lot of this drama is actually pretty old, so what kicked it up again? JiDion made a thumbnail that Ethan didn't like.
You're attributing something horrifically racist with a chat bubble, meaning I verbatim said that.
No, I don't think Ethan technically said what's in the speech bubble, but what he did say was, like, way worse.
He's like, bro, I went and met the leader of the... Okay, he's actually a really good guy, you guys.
I think that thumbnail was more than an appropriate response, given all of the random nonsense Ethan and Hassan have said about JiDion.
I mean, he's a troll. Like, him like trying to get serious about this is like pretty funny, but like, dude.
And basically was like, yo, check out these white supremacists. They're not that bad.
So is Ethan Klein the type of person just to blurt out racial slurs? No. What he is comfortable with doing, however, is undermining and manipulating good faith arguments for his own image. I think that Ethan has always been pretty toxic, however, Hassan's influence has really turbocharged the toxicity.
Horny, westoid, angloid-brained, disgusting filth.
I hope that the rest of your life is as horrible as it is every single day, okay? There you go. Continue doing propaganda. I despise you more than anything else on the planet. You are just a trans person. Sorry, you don't know what you're talking about.
You're attributing something horrifically racist.
To further prove my point about the H3 podcast being toxic and disingenuous, let's go back to a clip where Olivia from the podcast talks about Brantley, who is Keemstar's girlfriend and is quite young.
She's
the
the
whole
victim.
reason we talk about it in the first place is because
He's the creep.
We're just worried about the well-being, or that's what we're expressing, you know?
Yeah, dude.
Now, did that come off as genuine concern for Keemstar's girlfriend, or more of an excuse to say whatever they want about Keemstar that day? It's definitely just an excuse to talk about Keemstar. For some reason, Ethan still finds ways to bring him up, like every podcast. It's just baffling to me that years later, Ethan is still trying to make himself seem morally superior to Keemstar, and every day he fights that battle, he loses it just a little bit more. So with Ethan not really understanding what he was even apologizing for at the end, let's see where he winds up rhetorically with JiDion.
You know, what if I go back there and I get to talk to him again?
That'd be great.
It's like, how do you arrive at that conclusion, not know what you're apologizing for, think it's okay for him to do it again, think it's the worst thing that he's ever done the first time, but not really when you're talking to... It's this sheer unwillingness to take any kind of personal responsibility that keeps landing Ethan in the same hot water over and over and over again. Perhaps instead of constantly exercising ignorance at every chance he can, he should try to confront his flaws. However, that is the main root cause of liberal elitism and liberal racism, is an unwillingness to check yourself for your own flaws. Instead of choosing self-reflection and self-improvement, he would much rather push other people down so he can seem more elevated. That only works for so long though, which is a big part of the reason why the H3 podcast and the H3 brand just doesn't have the same kind of following or reputation like it used to. Oh yeah, one more thing. The whole argument about giving certain people a platform and how that can be dangerous or whatever.
In a way, you kind of just let the guy give his platform out.
It's not like this leader of a hate group has like a TikTok or a Facebook page or anything like that. But yeah, we gotta be really concerned about all of the youth who are going to wind up moving to this town because they watched JiDion's video, right? Absolute absurdity. That's gonna do it for this one. Shout out to the best subscriber squad in all of YouTube. I hope everybody has a wonderful day.
You're not racist, right?
No, yeah.
Yeah. Then